20.9 horsepower and 722.3 Newton meters of torque. Hello and welcome back to the channel. Right, big day today. So this is one that you've seen in the background of some of the maybe the most recent videos, depending on what order these come out in. But it's not one that we've shown from start to finish, just because we've got so much going on. But this one here is, actually you might recognise it from some old YouTube posts and stuff from a year or two ago. But this belongs to a very, very good customer of ours. Originally it had a GTB650 on it. I think it did around sort of 254, 256 horsepower. Customer's been absolutely chuffed to bits with it, but he's definitely got the bug and he's back for more power. So what have we been doing over the last sort of week or two? AMC head. I'm pretty certain, I'll have to just double check with Will, but I'm pretty certain his old head, the injector buckets had been machined out ever so slightly and it had sort of left like knurling marks on them. I'm sure that was this one, but I will double check that. But basically, AMC head. Customer had already got a set of the head studs in there, a set of our own head studs here, a fabrication Mafia manifold, and one of our GTB650 turbos. Obviously, because it's had the 550, it's already got the ultimate intercooler. It's got the performance air filter and all the stuff that goes along with that. The goal today, and the goal for the customer, is 300 horsepower. That is what he wants. So what do we have and what are we doing today? So we have, if I can get the camera to point down at them, these. So these were, when we did the original 550 build for the customer, these were a genuine brand new set of injectors. We've since sent them off and had a set of our larger nozzles fitted to them. We are going to, they've come back from obviously the company that fits the nozzles for us, and there's non-genuine seals on there, so we are going to be putting a set of genuine seals on. Even though these are brand new seals, we're not going to even entertain it. Genuine seals on there, get them popped in the truck, get it all packed back together, and then we'll be on the dyno with it. So what's left to do now is we have to code the injectors, because although these injectors did come out of this vehicle, they've not necessarily gone back in the same order that they came out. So we're just going to grab the power flash, rocker cover back on, fan cowling, and then it'll be time for a very, very smoky first start, which is always the case once you've done a set of injectors, injector seals, anything like that. November, Charlie, Lima, Juliet.
Yeah.
Number 2 is Lima, Charlie, Mike, Juliet.
Yeah.
Lima, Foxtrot, Charlie, Hotel, Juliet.
Yeah.
Lima, November, Lima, Delta, Hotel.
Lima, November,
Lima.
Delta Hotel, yeah.
And then November, Delta, Lima, Kilo. Okay.
Done.
Because people always phone up and ask, but we never actually cover it. So when you put a set of our head studs in, obviously because we've gone to a stud and nut design, you actually have a clearance issue on the rocker cover. So this would normally have a sort of a bit more metal across it. So what you need to do is actually cut that out and grind it flush and get around the other side to show you. So flush with the actual plate itself in all of those, and what that allows you to do then is fit the rocker cover fully down, because if you leave them in there when you come to fit it, it'll just sort of rock about where it catches on the nuts that are on there. Step ahead of the game. So we've managed to pull up the grass, which I'll show you here. So this was actually done in October 2021. On its previous run, so this is with a GTB650. We did 252.8 horsepower and 573.1 newton meters of torque. I do remember this one coming in. It was actually a really strong truck, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Yeah, so we're about to get it through its war process. Once it's all warmed up, we'll do a few runs with it and see where we end up. But I think the goal is as damn near 300 horsepower as possible, if not 300 and a little bit more. But yeah, we'll see. Right. Let me just go in here where it's a bit quieter. So we've just done our first run. We just had another go at just a second run on there. Both runs unsuccessful. It seems like we have I wouldn't say an overboost issue, but it's certainly not modulating the way that we would expect it to. I've just had a quick conversation with Will. The modulator on this truck has been on here, obviously since 2021, so we're wondering whether that may be causing the issue or not, so we're going to do a little bit of digging. Obviously we'll double check the file, make sure that everything is correct in there. It is very, very easy just to hit the wrong key at the wrong time and end up with a little bit of a boost hiccup or something along them lines. But yeah, we'll do a bit of digging and I'll let you know the outcome. Right, got to the bottom of it. Turns out it was just an adjustment on the actuator, which was giving us sort of a bit of a nasty spike, and it wasn't really playing ball. But yeah, just a minor adjustment on that. We did check everything else, obviously, as we went through the steps. But ready to run it. Yeah, we'll go for it, and we'll see what the outcome is. So, actually 320.9. Obviously we've tidied up a little bit of the drag with it down here. 320.9 horsepower and 722.3 newton meters of torque. Are we happy with that? Yeah, that'll do, won't it? That'll do. Honestly. Right, so the plan. Turn this camera around. Plan now is what? Switchable map?
Switchable map.
Yeah. So switchable map for it.
Safer for the engine.
Yeah, as great as 320 horsepower is going to be, you don't want to be running it at that all of the time. So we'll fit a switchable map button or a fun button. What do we reckon, about sort of 260, 270 horsepower?
270
on the
clean, yeah.
Yeah, 270 horsepower, which would be nice and clean from the exhaust as well. That'll be sort of your daily power. And when you want to hoon about a little bit, press the button and 320 horsepower. Right, yeah, we'll do a video of putting the switch in, and then we'll upload the second file for it, or do a second file for it, and we'll run that as well, confirm that that's the power, and then we get to go and play in it, I think, don't we? Yeah. So maybe we'll go up to the private road and run it against the silver one and see what the outcome is with that. We have been playing with the silver one a little bit in the background, so that will be very interesting. But yeah, we'll get the switch in for now. Right, so Will's got the switch fitted. He's just doing a second map for it, or he's just uploading a second map for it. So why he does that, I mean, there's not really anything interesting to show you in that respect. We'll have a quick look and see what we've got about. So this one here, this one is in for service, just general service maintenance. Belongs to a customer of ours. Did you know we do servicing? Oils, filters, all that sort of stuff. This white one, that's been here a while. I think that may have been in a video that's been featured. But yeah, that one is a 300 plus horsepower TD5 that's just come back again, just for annual maintenance. What else have we got? Discovery 2. There's quite a few of these actually kicking about today. So this one is in. It's a customer's vehicle. It's done just over 200,000 miles. So he's dropped it off to us just for us to go through it, top to bottom, make sure everything is right. There's a couple of little niggly jobs that needed doing on it, such as obviously discs, pads, but again, normal routine maintenance stuff. That's it for in the workshop, but what we got out here, a few of them. What we got? So the Range Rover is customers, the red one is mine, as you've seen. This one, again, local customer, just in for a annual service and MOT. So that's all been done and awaiting collection. This one, you've seen this one, that's Will's truck. So Will's truck and mine, this Sunday, we are going to Wales for 5 days, I think it is, 4 or 5 days. Going to go up and do the Strata Florida and all that sort of stuff. And we will be videoing as much as we possibly can. And then we come to this. Now, this thing, this is a fresh purchase of ours. What we're doing with it, we don't really know. It's a little bit rotten, a little bit rusty. As you can see, it's got some quite significant paint issues on it. Had a bit of a look around it earlier on, and it has had, the whole vehicle has been resprayed for whatever reason. Not entirely sure why, but it's not exactly the best of paint jobs, hence why the majority of it is just falling back off of it. Will we repair it and do something with it? I don't know. Will we break it? Again, I don't really know. I mean, obviously, if there's anything you see on it that you might be of interest of buying, give us a shout, because it might be the case that we just pull the bits off it we want, and then the rest of it is stripped for parts. The 110, we keep saying this. We are going to do a full feature on this. We've got a few goodies that have come through recently for this, a few upgrades for it again, mostly cosmetic, but we do need to do a full video. So we're going to do a video putting the new parts on, and we will go through the current spec of it, engine-wise, suspension-wise, absolutely everything, top to bottom. What we've done in we've had this 4 years now. 4 years we've had this, and it has changed massively, and we've done a lot to it. So we will cover all of that in another video. And then the other exciting news, I did touch on it a little bit earlier, hour 90. So there are some upgrades that we've done to it. But yeah, there's a lot to come on that Silver 90 in the very near future. But again, that'll be another video. So keep watching, because exciting things happening. But right, are we about ready, Will?
Yes. All working.
All working, ready to go. Right, I think that'll do, will it?
Yeah, nice and clean. 290 horsepower clean.
No. Yeah, a little bit more than we was shooting for, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair old amount of torque less though, isn't it? So, yeah, happy with that. I think
290 horsepower, barely any smoke.
he's going to be happy with that, isn't he? He'll be chuffed to bits. The goal is when he comes to pick it up, we're going to video his road test. Because I mean, what was this originally?
252.
200.
First customer to 200.
Yeah, 252 horsepower, and this chap was actually the first customer, as Will's just said, to have 250 horsepower. And obviously now it's next level again. So yeah, it's about the end of the day now. So I think what we'll end up doing is we'll call it a day at that, and we'll be back tomorrow, hopefully for a bit of head-to-head, and we'll see what the outcome is. Right, road test time. I've been looking forward to this one because it's not, it's not your norm. It's not sort of, I say it's not what we used to. We're doing quite a few of these now, but I do like this truck. This truck drives really well anyway. It's a really nice. Everything's tight. It's a well looked after truck. And then to have a well looked after truck putting out this sort of horsepower is pretty impressive. So. Right, we'll put a few miles on it, let it get warmed up a bit before we get silly with it. But I think the plan is we're going to take it up. We've got basically a local farmer that's got what we call a gated road, but private road where we've got permission to go and have a play. So we're taking the Silver 90 with us, and all being well, we're going to have a bit of fun and a bit of head-to-head. Obviously with customers' permission. I think, like I've said before, the chap that owns this 90, really good customer of ours, friend of the company more than anything. So being able to go out and do stuff like this, he doesn't mind at all. If anything, he'll give it far more abuse than we'll ever give it. So we're currently on the low boost map, which, as you'll have seen, it was 290 horsepower. So even in that, it feels quick, and we're only cruising along, sort of 50, 60 mile an hour. But just that sort of bit where you come off a roundabout and you want to get up to speed, you can feel it. It feels a quick truck. Yeah, you can't help but smile. Even after all of these years, I still don't get used to, in my mind, I'm looking through a Defender windscreen, but the performance is just the complete opposite as to what you're used to staring through that windscreen. It does blow your mind a little bit. It does blow your mind a little bit. not really on the road for it, but it's just sort of urging you to get your foot down and go. That and the fact that I've got Will in the wing mirror. I wouldn't say chasing me down, but he keeps appearing rather close. So you've just got to, you've got to create a bit of a gap, haven't you? It'd be rude not to. Bit of a different route to what we usually do for obviously road testing. Normally we sort of up the bypass to the far end, turn around and come back. But we're heading this way because this is where the main roads are that we want. The main private roads we want to be on. So yeah, a little bit of a different route, which means I can't get my foot right down. But once we get out the other side of this farmyard, we will be able to have a bit more of a play with it. I was spinning the wheels in third at about 40 mile an hour. It's hard to believe sometimes that we get paid to do this. I actually think that this is a little bit more responsive than even our silver truck. I'm not sure where we are performance-wise. But yeah, I do think it's a bit more responsive. But I think we should pull over and we should find out. Go on then, what do we reckon? This or that? You reckon? Right, hold on. Let me just take the camera down. If I can take it down without having to unspool the whole thing. Go on then, what are we saying? You reckon this? I just said it feels responsive, like really responsive. Well, we'll get set up and we'll find out. Right, so just want to show you, because I know in some of the racing clips people are going to say, well, it's smoky, it's dirty. This is the reason we have switchable maps. So when it's on a full power map, it's not about keeping it completely clean. We try and keep them as clean as we can, but it's not about being completely clean. It's about fun. It's about enjoying it and wringing its neck, really. Look at this junction. And this is why we have the switchable map. So when we put it on the low power mode, which bear in mind is still 290 horsepower, I mean, I've got Jack with me. So Jack, if you just turn the camera around and look in that rear, in the wing mirror, you'll see she's nice, she's clean, it's civilized. You know, put my foot down, a little bit of a haze, but it soon clears. You can use it every day, you know, and this is the thing. Without the switchable mapping, we would either have to rein it back in to keep it as clean as what this is, or you have to put up with a bit of smoke. The beauty of the switchable map is we can have both. We don't have to run it 300 plus horsepower all of the time. That can be a bit of a fun button, and if it's being dailied, leave it in 290 horsepower mode. If you're going out for a weekend jaunt, press the button in and go and have some fun with it. But fun, important bit.